Hi, Billy Mays here with new P90X work. And in other news, a local boy today committed suicide after being bullying at school. It's a very tragic story when we think about all the facts.
Hey man, back off.
From the Franklin Academy Media Production Studios, join us this week for our Halloween edition of The High School Experience, as we feature Senior Moment, sports from the Franklin Academy Sports Network, your high school experience headlines, and much, much more. Please silence all phones, iPads, and in the unlikely event that you have a pager, those too. Now here with The High School Experience News Team are your anchors, Jade Henry and Zach Braswell.
Good afternoon, Franklin Academy. To all sophomores who are planning on participating in Powder Puff, practice is today after school at 3:30.
Tomorrow the freshmen will meet for Powder Puff after school at 4 o'clock.
On Thursday, during Flex B, there will be an NHS general meeting.
And on Friday, Spirit Club will meet in Miss Collins' room during Flex, and Latin Club will meet in room 126 during Flex.
Also on Friday, we will be having our annual Powder Puff game. Make sure to come out and support your class.
Last Thursday, Franklin Academy had a career day in the auditorium. Several different companies came out to explain more about their jobs.
I found it very informative. Hey, have you heard about how the 10th graders' writing skills have epically improved in the past 2 weeks?
No, but I know Meredith Arnsman can tell us about it.
Hey FA, this week we're going to give you a clue in on what the 10th grade students were doing last week with the creative writer Mimi Herman. The 10th grade students were creating a poem about being an immigrant from a different country moving to America.
What they're doing now is creating a dramatic performance from poems that they've written. They're thinking about what they would have packed in their trunk from Russia or Germany or Ireland or Italy to bring to America in 1901, and why these things are important. Even essays will get more interesting because they'll think about their word choices and they'll think about what really matters to put in this essay.
That's all we have for you this week, FA. Have a great rest of the afternoon and enjoy the rest of the week.
With SATs creeping up, I'm sure you are all looking for some helpful tips on how to score a higher grade.
Let's go to Alec and Trent for some helpful senior and teacher advice in Senior Moment.
Look familiar, Schneider?
Mr. Watkins, what is going on?
So tell us about this SAT prep that went over the break.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
We know that you had an SAT prep and spilled the secrets of the SAT, Ms. Schneider. Now tell us what you told those students.
E2, Alec?
It's going to be harder than I thought.
We'll have to break her somehow.
Good luck, gentlemen.
How about animal crackers? Delicious. She did.
That was my favorite animal cracker. How about a nice refreshing Diet Pepsi?
Okay, you know, if you answer incorrectly, you get 1/4 of a point taken off.
I knew it! She was hiding things. You wouldn't happen to like Starbucks.
No, not anything but Starbucks.
Oh, just hot, ready for you to drink. Might even burn a little bit. Only if you tell us the rest of the secrets.
You know, there is going to be another session in the spring. The first week of track out, there's going to be another class. And they're going to cover exactly what we covered. I also gave suggestions. How to skim read, how to write the essay better. We worked a lot on the essay question, and I gave you hints about like how to start it and then how to make it unique and different from everyone else's.
Mahaley? Yeah, we got her.
Oh, and Mr. Watkins, this isn't over.
With the new boys junior varsity coach, we go to Daniel Connolly to learn more about what he has in mind for the team this year.
Hey there, Franklin Academy. I'm Daniel Connolly here to interview the new junior varsity boys head coach, Mr. Cody Evans. Let's hear what he has to say. What is your experience as a basketball coach?
Well, I've had 2 years experience at the high school level, JV and varsity. I got to assist at my home high school in Hickory, North Carolina. I've also coached some 3 different AAU teams. So it's not a great ton of experience, but I've been around coaching for a while. I started when I was 16, so it's an enjoyable thing. So it's not a lot, but I think it's enough to get started. So.
Yes, sir. What are some of your expectations of your players?
Well, one thing is effort. Just is a big thing in my eyes. Is are you coachable? Do you take criticism well? It's easy to spot talent, but can you do those other 3 things? Can you work hard every day? Can you be on time? Can you just be a good teammate? And I should be able to see those things in a good player and someone who wants to be a good player.
What are some of the ways you're planning to help the boys team this year?
I would say just to give them a belief in themselves. If I can help create an atmosphere that loves basketball and wants to work hard at basketball, hopefully I can bring that. But also just the attitude of workmanship that players want to come in and play. They want to come in and work hard during practice. So workmanship. I would just say be ready to go to the guys that are going to try out. Be ready to go. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun. It's going to be hard. It's going to be extremely tough. But if we can get there, it'll turn out good. It will turn out great. And so I'm excited to see where that leads us.
Looking forward to an exciting new season of basketball. I'm Daniel Connolly. Back to you guys in the studio.
Looking for some additional tips on how to use your iPad in the classroom? Let's head over to Alexander Peck to see what he has on this week's Tech Tip.
Today for Tech Tip, I'll be explaining to you an iPad application that's not only cool, but could also prove beneficial in the classroom. Let's go into it.
This application, called Sundry Notes, is an alternative note-taking program. When you first open the application, it should look something like this. To create a new note, click Create New Note at the bottom right-hand corner. Now you're presented with a display that looks something similar to a notebook paper. To edit your note, hold down to open the menu. Then choose either Text to insert a text box, or Whiteboard to be able to draw on the paper. Run out of space? Just click the right arrow at the bottom to add a new page to your note. When you're finished, just click the X button on the right-hand corner and the note will automatically save. To access a previously created note, just click on it and it'll open it for you.
But that's only the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Sundry Notes. I encourage all of you to check out this awesome application and see how it can work for you. But this has been Tech Tip. I'm Alexander Peck, and I'll see you guys next week.
As children, we all enjoy dressing up for Halloween, so let's go to Spencer and Dustin for a look at some of FA students' Halloween costumes from the past.
Good afternoon, Franklin Academy. As you may know, we've been collecting pictures of students from their past trick-or-treating days. Without further ado, here are the contestants.
Jessica Graham,
is Marcy. Isabel Randall. Drew Blevins. Rebecca Beatty.
I like Drew's. I think the reason is because I love the idea of the costume and who he is. That's pretty creative.
I don't know, it just seems kind of cute and a little bit out of character out of Drew, so I was pretty surprised. So.
Looks like my house a little bit too, and it's got a pumpkin, and it represents Halloween, so.
And the winner of the 2012 Halloween costume picture is Drew Blevins. Drew, thanks for submitting a spud-tastic picture.
Have you been feeling stressed lately?
Well, Justin Day have a couple stress relief tips for the week.
Good afternoon, Franklin Academy. I'm Justin Day with your stress relief tip of the week.
Are you stressed with schoolwork? Just sit back, put your work aside, and take a couple minutes to relax and think about it. If you still need help after that, you can always raise your hand, and the teachers here will be willing to help you and help you understand.
Yes. I don't understand that, and that, and that, and that, and that.
Alright. Well,
That's it for me, Franklin Academy. Back to you guys in the studio.
Was that a flash? I think someone just took my picture.
Let's go to Sydney and Alyssa for this week's Pat Chat.
For all you students out there who haven't had a chance to get interested in anything, here's Jagisa Pandya for more updates on Photography Club this year.
I wanted to start Photography Club because I know there are a lot of students at the school who appreciate photography, but they can't take the class, and the class is only a semester long. So I thought if I had a club, then I could have students who appreciate photography and like taking pictures to all get together. It's going to be a really creative environment. And every month or so, I'd like to share the club members' work with the entire school through either the news show or maybe the TV in the lobby or on the school website.
Halloween is such a festive time of the year. All the celebrations, the costumes,
and the candy. And speaking of sweets, coming up next we have a report on the top 5 Halloween candies.
Boy, I could really go for a midday snack right now. Well, let's talk about the top 5 Halloween candies, according to their rank by recent news reports, and their history. Let's go! The number 5 ranking candy is M&M's, those classic multicolored chocolate candies we all like. Produced by Mars Incorporated for the very first time in 1941, M&M's are now offered in many flavors, from chocolate to wild cherry, and are in over 100 countries. At number 4 is Wrigley Company's very own Lifesavers candy. Developed in 1912 by candy manufacturer Clarence Crane, the popular gummy line was released in 1992 and has been a classic since. This year, Lifesavers celebrate 100 years in business. Let's move on. Coming in at 3rd are Tootsie Rolls, an impressively chewy candy that were first introduced in 1896 and since then have been a favorite around the country. Ranking quite an impressive 2nd place are Nerds Candy, which are a relatively new candy on the block, first introduced in 1985. And first place for the favorite Halloween candy, they bring in over $2 billion annually. Here it comes, Snickers. As it turns out, Snickers were named after a favorite horse of the Snickers company founder. In fact, they're so delicious, I think I'll have one right now. Good thing I have more. Now back to your Halloween news show with Jade and Zach.
Ever wanted to hear a North Carolina ghost story?
Well, let's go to Jagisa Pandya to hear one.
Carter was driving down US 78 on a rainy night. He reached a spot where it was twisted around a sweeping curve that passed by an old, overgrown underpass. Suddenly, he saw a young girl standing by the side of the road, desperately trying to flag down a passing car. He decided to pull over and help the young girl. She climbed meekly into the back seat, and she thanked him for stopping and explained that her name was Lydia, and her boyfriend and her had gotten in a fight after a dance, and he'd left her there, so she needed to get home. She gave him an address that wasn't too far away, and he kindly agreed to take her there. He tried to engage Lydia in conversation, but she seemed distracted and in a world of her own, so he left her in a respectful silence and concentrated on the road ahead. Carter finally pulled into the address and hopped out of the car to open the door for her, only to discover that she had vanished. Perplexed, Carter goes to the door, where a woman answers.
Ma'am, I had just picked up a young lady by the name of Lydia by the overpass, and she asked me to be brought to this address, but, well, I hope I don't sound crazy, but it's almost as if she disappeared into thin air. Maybe she had just run out before I could open the door. I just want to make sure she's all right.
A faint, pained smile of recognition passes over the old woman's face as she reaches for a picture in a silver frame sitting over by the table by the door. It's a photograph of the young girl Carter drove to the house. She told him that Lydia was her daughter and that she had died in a car wreck by that overpass in 1923. She said that he wasn't the first one and that she supposed he wouldn't be the last. Every so often, her spirit would flag down a passing driver. She thought that maybe Lydia still didn't understand what happened to her, and she's still trying to get home. That's why the overgrown underpass near Jamestown is called Lydia's Bridge. Drive past it on a rainy night and you may see Lydia too.
On Friday, we had our annual Fall Carnival. There were games, food, and fun.
A good time was had by all.
For those of you who have difficulty writing, make sure you come out to the Writing Lab for help.
Writing Lab tutors will be available to help you outline, edit, or revise essays. Their first meeting will be tomorrow, October 30th. It will be held after school in room 114. The high school experience is now on Twitter.
Follow us at FA_Patriot News. The first 100 students to follow us will be entered into a drawing for a $25 gift card to a place of their choice.
National Honor Society will be sponsoring a roadside cleanup on November 3rd.
For more information, contact Mr. Hall.
That's all we have for you this week, FA.
Enjoy your week and have a happy Halloween.
Boo.
Hey man, back off. Guess that settles that.